Let's start. So, good afternoon, Chef Roberti, for being with us.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks you to having me.
Yeah. Well, here it's morning, but
Ah,
weather different,
okay,
so
okay.
a
Good
time
morning.
difference.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's the same thing. So let's start. So first, tell us a little bit about yourself. How you? I know you first started making pastry when
Yeah,
you're younger, and how did you get into pizza making and working different places, and then ended up at Moretti Forni.
yeah. So my story is starting back in the days because I almost 40 years old. So more than 20 years ago, I'm starting like you said in pastry making, like 3 4 years at the beginning. Then I'm moving to first in the kitchen. I working for a long time as a chef, a proper kitchen chef and many years around the Europe, and then I moving in Asia. I was living in Australia for 7 years, more or less, and then I moved back in Italy when finally I I I met again Moretti Forni because Moretti Forni is from my small camp city where I was born in. So I know and I saw Moretti Forni getting bigger and bigger, and then we started to work together because Moretti Forni looking for a chef to work deeper in the gastronomy section. After that project was a 1 year project together. After that, I spoke with Mario Moretti, our owner and CEO, and we start to collaborating more and more. And now I'm in charge for all the chefs around the world, and I'm pretty happy to be in the company.
Cool. And tell us about the company, MorettiLAB. I guess the Moretti Forni, and then the lab itself. I'm not paid or anything. Just curious as
Yeah.
we got into the event. I'm just trying to see what you guys are doing.
So yes, of course, Moretti Forni was born in 1946, so it's almost 80 years. They build oven. At the beginning, they build oven above the ceramic, and then they moving in the pizza oven. So we are, in Italy, we know that's the first player on the market, and we're moving around the world because we have two different branches, one in America and one in Spain. So in US and one in Spain. So we are pretty big as a company, and still is a family company. Just we have just one CEO, and they are two brothers, Mario and Luigi Moretti. And Moretti Lab is a proper department of Moretti Forni. Is my department. Moretti Lab is the first academy focused on the baking process and it as an ingredient. So for us, is it is a proper ingredient, and that's why we are super focused in what happened during the baking process, and we try to give our customer the best baking experience they can have.
Very cool. So, like you said, heat is for you guys an important part of cooking pizza. So,
Yeah.
I guess my question is, maybe aside from heat, what is the most important thing in pizza for you?
Yeah, so as we said before, for sure for us is the heat, and let me explain why. Because in Italy, especially, we are super picky in terms of ingredient. We have the mozzarella from some place, the tomato has to be from that place, the other place. So we are focused on ingredient. But then, if you are focusing the process, so you make the dough with the direct or using the pre dough, and then you rephrase the dough or whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, you serve uncooked or barred pizza, so you throw away all the process you made before. So at the end of the day, The last but not least ingredient is the heat, and for us is for sure is the more important element and ingredient.
So, obviously, with how popular pizza is just within Italy, there's different styles. Obviously for people that most commonly known as kind of Neapolitan style pizza and then the Roman pizza. Obviously, there are other styles. You can tell me what out there are, and also what differences there are in your mind. The heat,
Yeah,
maybe how it's made or whatever.
yeah. So as you say, Napolitan for sure, is the not the more important, but probably is the more most famous. So Napolitan pizza is a super simple pizza. Is cooked for 60 to 90 seconds at the highest temperature, like 420, 450. So that one is the most famous pizza. But then we have also the classic Italian pizza. So we reduce a little bit the temperature and we increase a little bit the time. So the time has to be more or less 3 minutes and 30, and the temperature around the 320, 330 degrees. Also, we have the Roma style. It's thinner and even crunchy than the previous one. So what we can say, the pizza is in everywhere there is different kind of pizza. There is no the right or wrong pizza, but you can adjust your product just with two different you have just two things to do. So the time and temperature define your final product. And then of course also the dough and also the all the method before.
So, what do they taste like? So, difference between, like you said, the Neapolitan and the Roman, and then the classical.
Yeah,
What are
so
they?
the
What's it taste like differently?
so it's different because you have a different percentage of humidity in the dough. So that means in 60 to 90 seconds, you have no time to let all the humidity out from the product. So when you eat Napolitan pizza and you take a slice, all the topping fall down. You can imagine that. You take the super soft pizza, so the slice fall in the plate. So you have to fold and eat quickly. If you're moving in the Roman pizza, for example, when you take the slice is perfectly straight because the humidity have the right time to left the product, and then you have the crunchy product. For sure, Napolitan is soft, Roman is super crunchy pizza. In the between, we have a classic Italian pizza. So it's not that soft like Napolitan, but not that crunchy like the Roman style.
That's great description. I remember every time I have the Neapolitan,
Yeah,
it kind of
yeah,
drops in
simple.
the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, simple, but you can understand perfectly what the difference are between one product and the other one.
Cool. So, obviously, ovens, you can do everything with it. You can do bread, you can do other stuff with it. So, do you think there are some common things to baking breads, and baking pizza? And does, let's say, the Moretti Forni products, do they support both things?
So yes, so we try, as we said before, we try to give to our customer the best baking process, the best baking experience. So, and like Moretti Forni, we build in the same oven. You can choose different chamber. Every chamber is dedicated for something. So, for example, the bread chamber has the steamer because the bread has to be cooked lower than pizza, but still the heat is a proper ingredient, and still the heat has to be the top heat we can give. So we need the steamer, we need three different phase, more or less. So We start with the one phase, and then we move it to the second, and we finish at the third phase. You can program all the phases in the oven. So every time you create a new recipe, you can save it under a name, and you can have from today to the future. That one you can make also for pizza, but pizza is more, let me say, simple because it's a quicker baking process than bread. Bread is a long story compared to the pizza. Of course, the round pizza, because if we bake pizza in trays or Roman style pizza, is different again. So the timing is completely different.
Yeah, that's a good point because obviously with steam, you have to actually make it rise.
Yes.
That's important for breads, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's super important the steam for bread. You can have the best bread without steam. Okay.
So tell us what's sort of the differences between ovens. So, for example, if you go into a lot of great pizzerias in the world, they always have like a stone, like a stone pizza or pizza oven or something like that, or something with wood. So tell us what are the differences between, like, let's say, a wood one, a stone one, or just a normal, a
Yeah.
modern pizza oven.
So of course, all of them are oven, all of them can cook. That one is the main point. But where we make the difference as an electric oven company is because the electric is the more stable oven you can have. So if I can trust in the oven, I'm pretty sure all the time I have the same temperature because the temperature coming from the heating element, and I can control perfectly the heating element. So, for example, my product I want to serve in my restaurant is 420 degrees. I I I set 420 as the must as a must. 420 has to be from 7 p.m. to midnight. I can't deal with the oven. At 7 p.m. we have 420. At 10 p.m. we have 330. At 10 p.m. we have another and different temperature. So why the world is gonna move in electric way? Because the electric is the more stable oven you can have nowadays. So compared to wood fire oven, and then is not simple to deal with the wood fire oven. You have to be skilled enough to work in front of the wood fire oven. Electric is user friendly. Everyone can use electric oven in a simple and a smart way because you can program, you can control by remote, you can control Moretti Forni also by the app. So from your phone, you can adjust the oven in your pizzeria probably at 300 kilometers away. So that one is, you know, we just looking about the future.
That's interesting because people, I think, including myself, sometimes romanticize sort of the old way. So, oh, they would think, wood fire, it's cool. There's something different about it. But to your point, if you're owning a pizza shop, like you only sell
Yeah.
pizza, that's a very important point, that
Yeah,
consistency.
yeah. Everything was born by the fire, if you think about it. But also before, when we're moving, we're using horses. But it's romantic. But everyone using a car or whatever. We don't use any more horses, so it's still romantic. But it doesn't make any difference at the end of the day. If you cook something on the wood fire oven, the smell of wood doesn't exist. You know, that one is a story, it's an a romantic story. I like that as an Italian, but at the end of the day, no one can recognize if you cook something on electric or something in the wood fire oven. The important thing is the highest temperature. That's it. So that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, I remember when we talked about it, you said that, and I agree that, the time it's cooking pizza is so fast, especially a
Yeah.
Neapolitan one,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
flavor
yeah.
doesn't come out.
Yeah, you can have the time to to get the smoke in the pizza, and then when you eat, you can feel the pizza. Also because the wood you using for turn it on the oven is not the best wood in the world for sure. So also that one is another point.
I'm just thinking maybe your product in the future could have like a little, smoking chamber, put some wood in it, and then you
Yeah.
inject some smoke. You get that flavor that way.
Yeah, but I don't think so. I don't think you have any difference between electric and also if you put wood inside. You can try. You feel free to try and, and let me know.
That's an interesting experiment. So, talking about experiments, obviously you traveled a lot, working different places and just going to different locations in the world. You must have seen a lot of different types of pizza with crazy toppings and
Yeah.
crusts and all kinds of things. So, anything that sticks in your mind stood out? Crazy, good or bad, whatever it is.
So, like you said, I travel a lot around the world and I see many, many things, but nothing crazy. But as an Italian, to see pasta on top the pizza base is, looks strange. Let me say like that. So if you see spaghetti bolognese on top of margherita, doesn't look proper Italian style.
I
But
remember,
let me make an example because we are from Mondorf, is a small country, but the biggest city we have is Pesaro, and in Pesaro they serve pizza rossini. So pizza rossini is strange because it's a red base, boiled egg, and mayo on top. So as Italian, it's not common to see egg and mayo on top pizza, but still is a famous pizza, especially in Pesaro, and they call Rossini pizza.
I never heard of it. It's
Yeah, yeah,
mayo
yeah.
in Italy. Wow. Okay,
Yes,
that's
that's why I talk about it because I can impress you a little bit.
yeah. No, it's crazy. I know. Like for me, when you're talking about kind of carbs on carbs, I'm Chinese, so
Yeah,
when I
yeah,
went to
yeah.
university, I remember there are people at my dorm that have rice and then they put noodles on top. I'm like, what?
Okay. Yeah, pretty much is the same. Pizza and the spaghetti is pretty much the same.
Yeah. I mean, I know one of the biggest thing is like people talk about, for us, it might sound weird too, like Hawaiian pizza, like the
Yeah,
pineapple on
the
pizza. It's actually
pineapple
Canadian.
pizza.
It's actually
Yeah,
Canadian. Yeah. So
yeah, yeah. But now the pizza and pineapple start to become popular also in Italy, of course, in some part of Italy, because but many pizza chefs now start to playing with a different ingredient, especially the ingredient. Like if you talk about 10 years ago, the people say, "No, you are crazy or what?" So now we start to improve and play more with that kind of ingredient. So you can see, let me see, 5 to 15 restaurant probably can serve you in some part of the Italy pizza and pineapple. So it's not they trying. Of course, they work on the pineapple. Probably they cooking on the yes on the fire, or they playing in a different ways, but they using pineapple as a proper topping for pizza.
it's interesting to hear. Like, I
Yeah,
guess
yeah, yeah,
Italians
yeah.
are using some sort of renovation innovations in the pizza as well.
Yeah, but also the Italian now they start to open the mi- our mind. As an Italian, you have to open mind because Italian is pretty much living from people from around the world. So you need to open yourself to the world. Otherwise, it's difficult. Like when I work or I'm talking with the young guy, I let them think about the sushi at the beginning. The proper sushi is not the one was serving in Italy 15 years ago. but they need to teach us and they need to let us know slowly, slowly what the sushi is. So they started with cheese, they started with fried stuff, and then we're moving slowly, slowly to the proper one. So
That's a great comparison. Like
yeah,
sushi and pizza, like
yeah,
a lot of times when you have sushi, it's completely different when you go different places in the world.
yeah, 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 of course. And if you eat sushi in Japan, you say, "Oh, now I can eat the proper sushi." But the taste is different, so you need to be trained, you need to take time to understand something different from your original taste.
Yeah, definitely. Like I know Italian cooking is very high on traditions and
Yes.
the old ways. My nana did it this
Yeah,
way, and
yeah.
that's the best way, right? So,
That's what, everyone says, no, like nonna made. We are
so,
really, really how you can say, yeah, famous for the traditional. We are our tradition are really, really strong.
and for you, when you go to different places, what place in the world or where has the best pizza in your mind?
So look, the best pizza is not just in Italy. That one I can say for sure because I eat really nice pizza in Philippines. I was in Manila. I tried a beautiful pizza in New York, in Las Vegas. I eat a proper pizza made in Asia, in Hong Kong. So in everywhere you can have proper pizza. So the pizza is probably one of the most popular food in the world. So you can have the good pizza, let me say, in everywhere, unless they're using Moretti Forni.
Oh, it's true. Like, and I know the Japanese have their whole series, very serious, pizzerias there, like Tokyo. Couple places that are very famous now, like 400
Yeah,
Degrees.
yeah, yeah. You can see
Where
also
you,
in Netflix. You see, there is the Netflix series talk about the pizza, and we are not just focused in Italy, but all around the world.
yeah, for sure. And then there's the Modernist Pizza, the book as well. That's a very
Yeah,
scientific research into how things are made and proper ways to do it and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So pizza is a simple stuff. You have to respect all the process because the process are not many, but all the process has to be respected. And of course, like we said before, you have to serve a proper cooked pizza. So that one is the big mistake you can do it. If you serve me burnt pizza or uncooked pizza, that one is disgusting. But if you follow all the process, pizza you can have pizza in everywhere, and in everywhere they can make a perfect pizza in a different style as well.
So, like you said, there's so many different ways to make a pizza, and
Yeah.
it's so popular. And why is it such a popular thing in the world? And why do people get so creative with it?
Because pizza is for everyone. You know, if you think about pizza, you think about something to sharing, to enjoying. You can eat in front of the sea, up to the mountain, in the city, on the tram, in the metro, wherever you are. You can have a slice of pizza. You can take a beer, enjoy your lunch, dinner, break, whatever. So pizza is for everyone all around the world. I don't think someone can say I don't like pizza. Honestly, it's really really difficult.
That's a good point. I never thought about it. The fact that you can eat it anywhere, it's very
Yeah,
convenient, and obviously you can make your own style, make your own things on top, right?
yeah, and also you can make even at home because if you think about the COVID period, everyone start to make pizza, focaccia, pizza and tray, so they enjoy that particular moment with the family to make and create something. And what they make pizza. They make something alive. They can make something where also the kids can make it, and also the kids can help you in that. So it's a pizza is a strong product. As an Italian, I can say pizza and pasta are the strongest product probably we have in our culture. Of course, Mary's and Mary's, but pasta and pizza.
Yeah. The first thing that people ask, "What's something Italian?" They come to your mind, probably is pizza.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
Alright. And I'm curious, did you ever see, like, any dessert pizzas and you travel?
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Of course. I see, I eat, I like sometimes because if the dessert pizza was present and made in a proper way, dessert pizza can be beautiful. Look, 1 month ago, I visit one of our chef, and they serving me a pala. So pala romana is a particular product. Is like a high hydration product made with coffee powder in the dough, and then they serving as a tiramisu. So we have at the base pizza and coffee. So this the smell of the coffee coming out straight away, and then you can eat as a tiramisu, so mascarpone cheese, egg, and sugar and cocoa powder. It was unbelievable. So doesn't look a pizza, but was made by a pizza as a base. But that kind of dessert was made perfectly. So of course you can have also a pizza dessert. Yes.
Wow. So is it cold or is it hot when you had
Was
when you
warm,
eat it?
warm.
Oh,
Yes, just the base was warm, and then the cream was, of course, cold.
wow, that sounds interesting. I never thought
Yeah,
about that. So then
yeah.
it's a little crunchy then, the base?
Yes, was the crunch at the first bite, so at the basis, and then soft in the middle, and you can play with the consistency because you have the cream on top until you reach the base is crunchy. So also is you can play a little bit in your mouth with the cells.
Wow, that sounds interesting. Where was that actually?
Was in Modena, was in Modena. But you
Ah,
can have pizza dessert pretty much in everywhere, eh? Now is before in the 80s was popular. Then everyone they stopped it to serving pizza as a dessert because was you know uh, was a little bit um, retro, old school. Okay, was a little bit old school, and now become popular again. So, the story is a circle. No one invent nothing. Everything was invented back, but you can just serve again, and then you stop it, and then becoming popular again. Of course, you can make in a better way, in a different way. Yeah, it's like a fashion.
that's interesting. I mean, obviously with Instagram and social media,
Yes,
once you
yes,
have
yes.
something popular, everyone does it, right?
Of course, of course. Also, the social media can help you in that kind of business. Dessert pizza because it's colorful, it's sweet. Everyone loves sweets. So,
Any particular thing that came to your mind when it comes to social media or things that become very popular in pizza making?
in social media, if you think about the pala romana, so the filmed pizza become popular. The food porn and that kind of stuff. So they put the feel like you wanna eat from the screen. They press, for example, no everything pull down. So the all of the pizza chef now playing on social media because the social media help you to reach everyone, of course, and you can spoke about your product, for example, in social media. I have the small pizzeria in Mondolfo. Thanks to social media, you can hear about me. You can see what I'm serving. And probably one day, if you're traveling around the world, you come in Italy, say, you know what, in Mondolfo there is a pizzeria with 25 seats, and I want to be there because I saw back in the days the pizza dessert, for example, with custard and strawberry. And then so social media have an important part, but in the food in general, no, not just in terms of pizza, but
Yeah, all the chefs have to, one way to promote their restaurant and their food for sure
yeah,
is social
yeah,
media, yeah. Any common misconceptions or wrong things people have, ideas people have about pizza?
yeah. The first one, like we say, is the wood smell doesn't exist. Let me be straight on that point because doesn't matter if you many and many around the world they looking before if they have the wood fire oven or not. So that one is, I repeat myself, it's just a story. Don't be that picky because I have no sense. If the product is well made, doesn't care if was cooking in a wood fire oven or in electric. Don't think about wood fire oven have a better result than electric. Probably is opposite way. So that one is the most important things I wanna say about the pizza because every day I'm fighting for them every day.
Well, that's the main thing, right? Because you guys do you talked about, the consistency is the most important thing
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
serving, restaurant customers coming in
Everything
every
in the
day.
restaurant is important. From the floor to the kitchen, the oven, everything has to be all together can work as a proper system.
Right. Any pizza secret? Tell us one pizza secret that you know that you can share with
So
us.
the pizza secret, pizza secret, we can say, so pizza, as a chef, I can say that. So pizza is a really simple things if you see from outside. But when you go deeper in that world, also a different and not many stages of the recipe has to be every stage has to be made perfect. Otherwise, also if the recipe is simple, doesn't coming out. Or the pizza is not that good like you eat in some places. So that one is the secret. Follow the so respect the ingredient and every stage of the recipe. That one is the secret because there are no secrets at the end of the day. And
Yeah,
of
that's
course,
interesting when you yeah.
yeah, we need to you have to study a little bit about the flour, the strongness. The all the flour are different. We don't have the same flour, so all the like the heat is different, the flour is different, the water is different. But pizza at the end of the day is just five ingredients: water, oil, salt, yeast, and heat. Flour, six. So it's nothing compared to restaurant. If you think about the restaurant or wherever, when they have recipe with 25 ingredients, pizza is super simple. But still you have to be focused on the recipe.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like the flour everywhere, different I guess how much water they absorb,
Yeah,
how thick they are, yeah.
of course. Usually we used to say the W of the flour, for example. The W is different, so the strongness is different. And then the percentage of the water, the tomato. Should be dry tomato or whatever tomato, mozzarella. Same story. We have many on the market. You can have 10, 15 kind of mozzarella. And then the oven, you can have three, four, five, six different kind of oven, wood, electric, combine, wherever. So for every product, you need a proper heat. That one is like everything. So that's why we say it is a part of the recipe.
Yeah, I imagine different, uh, pizzerias in the world would have to test and experiment and see what
Yeah,
really works for them. Yeah,
of course, of course.
right. So, last questions for you, Chef Roberti, for being with us. Thanks again for being with us today. And last question
Uh,
for you. Any particular new things happening either yourself or with the company that you can share with us?
so yeah, for sure, we are focused. So we had last month there was a Host Milan, so it's a international fair, and we present a system called Vision. So because we start to look at the future. So vision can be something gonna improve your business as you want. So you need someone to tell you the pizza is well cooked or not. Vision can do it. You want someone to tell you how many pizza you can bake for hour. Vision can do it. So we start to introduce artificial intelligence in our oven and in our system. And also the refining, because now as a Moretti Forni, we are of course focused in baking, but also in refine. So in the pre-baking and refine, we want to serve in a easy, fast, and good way our product all around the world, support by Moretti Forni, support by our technology. So that one is where the world moving in the future. And so of course, also we are focused also in the refining process. So Moretti Forni build oven to cook pizza in a proper way, and then to serve pizza as a refining, so the pre-bake and refined pizza all around the world in fast, easy, and good way. And what we're doing nowadays, Moretti Forni, inspire your business.
That was great because I know obviously everyone's using into AI and stuff, so using
Yeah,
technology
yeah,
to
yeah,
help
yeah.
building
Yeah,
stuff.
we using AI in our X series, the first level of intelligence, but also we start to improve and improve, because the world moving in that way, of course, because we have no more people wanna work in our industry. That is the problem. You have one pizza chef, and then one person have to be the work for 10 people. So it's impossible. You have to be helped from someone else.
Yeah, it's always a difficult thing to find
Yeah,
people to do the right
it's
things
really,
to
really
process.
difficult. Yeah.
Mm, great. Cool. So thanks again, Chef Roberti, for being with us today. Hopefully
Thank
one day I'll
you.
get out there and visit you guys on location and see how things work at the
Yeah. Thank you so much,
company. Thank
Kerry,
you.
to have
All right.
me. It was my pleasure. Let me introduce also Martina. So she
Ah,
wanna say thank you to you.
Ciao
hello,
cari.
Martina. How are you?
Hello. Very
Good.
good, and you?
Good. Good. Thanks for setting everything up. It's been a
It was alright.
bit of process, but yeah,
Yeah, well, it was alright. I was in another call, so I had to jump in while you were already recording. Sorry about that, but yeah,
no worries.
in the end, we
Okay.
managed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, okay,
No worries.
Kerry.
Thanks again.
take
See ya.
care.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, you too.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.